touched on rockabilly in a kind of an earlier, one of these very, very early lessons that I did. And normally I play rockabilly on the telly, but I got this now, and it's beautiful, and I wanted to try it out. And like Les Paul was actually, you know, Les, as you may or may not know, invented things like tape echo and stuff like that. So, and like when he would do, like, you know, his stuff like How High the Moon, you know, or however that went, you know, you know, that sound was adopted by a lot of people, and I mean, like everything was. So it's kind of appropriate you play some rockabilly on Les Paul, and it's beautiful. I just love it. Anyway, the rockabilly stuff I love because it's, and as I said before in the earlier lesson, it's where kind of all the cool music meets and hangs out. It's like where jazz and blues and rock and roll and country and swing and whatever you want meets. So, and I dig the shit out of that because you can put just about anything into rockabilly, and it's great. Especially I love the rhythm playing in rockabilly. It's not just the lead stuff. I mean, that's fun and you know that. That shit's great, but like what really turns me on about rockabilly is the rhythm stuff, and even just the basics. Now the echo I'm using, or the delay I should say I'm using a visual sound tape delay, or tap delay. I'm sorry. I like it. It's good. It's really really good actually. It's got some quirks. It's not perfect, but so far it's the best one I've used. No, I mean I know there's a lot of others, but I mean I haven't just tried a lot of others, so you get the idea. So as soon as when you hit a note, you get two. So you get that. You can have like a longer delay, and which we'll probably get into another time. But this is kind of like the quicker Gene Vincent, Danny Gatton kind of, you know, kind of quick delay that I like using. For the rhythm stuff, like if you play, for example, if you're just doing like a basic kind of blues rhythm. Let's see what. Oops, excuse the thumb. Cunts on quads doing wheelies outside the house. I fucking hate it. Doing a basic rhythm like that. Which is cool as it is. Like, I mean, you know, you can use that in millions of different places. You put on your delay, and now everything's kind of doubled up, right? Now, when I'm doing that, I'm using a lot of palm muting. You get that kind of chuggy kind of sound. You know, so like even your most basic rhythms, you know, blues rhythm things, they take on a whole other energy and a life of their own. If you use like your jazz chords and things like that, like. They sound fantastic because a lot of the rockabilly guys came out of the jazz and swing world themselves, or they were taught by jazz guys. So they would have the more kind of harmonically rich ninths and sevenths and things like that in their playing. You know, those higher voice chords and things like that. Another little thing I was doing. Up high, and we did cover this before, I'll go over it again really quick. These stretch Joe Dalton chords, they're kind of like a closed voice pedal steel, almost. And I use them like horn shots. They're fantastic. That's all that is. It's on the high E string, the 12th fret, B string, the 14th fret, the 16th fret on the G string and the 18th fret on the D string. So that's a D. The hell is that? An E, a D flat, a B, and a flat. Now, that's the 1 chord. So when you go down to the 4 chord, or up to the 4 chord, I should say, you're going to move your pinky down 1 fret to the 17th fret. So you play that over your A. Back E. Now you take this entire shape and move it down a set of strings each. For the B or the 5, you can move this around, of course, and do some kind of cool, like, to get out of it, you know. Anyway, Rockabilly is something you should really check out. It's awesome, and it's a great style. You know, like Brian Setzer. I mean, of course, he's like the champion of this kind of stuff, and I love Setzer. I think he's fantastic. He does a lot of, you know, the. Yeah. With bass lines and things like that, and really cool chords. And what's that solo Setzer did? Stuff you can do with Rockabilly. So this is kind of like the introduction to Rockabilly. Now we're going to break some of this shit down, because that's like 9 minutes. Cheers.